rip and tear until it is done. Some pretty good ass shit. Bow, bow. You are now watching that one show you watch sometimes. Yeah, I think it's. I think what do we call this fucking thing? Doesn't matter. It is brought to you by Monkey and a Computer, though, in association with Fat Guy Productions, with the grant from Elon Musk. This is that one show that you watch sometimes. Dun 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 dun. All right, well look at that. Another episode of the best, worst show on the internet. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a beautiful night, beautiful morning, beautiful evening, beautiful whatever it is that you're doing out there. Because we're all going to die. Okay, maybe we're not all going to die, but you know what? It happens sometimes. People die, bro. It's part of the cycle. If you didn't die and everybody existed forever, where the fuck would we put everybody? That's the first thing. Where would they all go? I mean, the universe is infinite, but is it really that infinite so that you could just be there the entire time from start to finish or whatever, eating, shitting, pissing? You think that that's a possibility or whatever? Get real. Come on. This is reality we live in. We're flying across space at an innumerable amount of speed, spinning around, or the earth is spinning at 10,000 miles an hour. So, when your friends tell you to get a move on, I don't know, like, what do you mean get a move on? You're always moving, even when you're fucking asleep. Bro, you're flying through the space fast as fuck. Gravity? Does that shit really exist? Is gravity real? Or is it just an artifact of an accelerated frame of reference? And since you exist in an accelerated frame of reference, what you see as things falling and coming towards large objects is merely just an artifact of the fact that you are also fucking going fast as shit. Think about that. You're going fast as shit this way, and you're going fast as shit this way when you're standing still. Most people don't want to think about that. Maybe if you did, you could be Superman. I don't know. I'm not sure how any of that stuff works. I'm just a guy. I'm the guy. I'm wearing pants. I got my Seth Word t-shirt on. I'm having a good time. Leave me alone. So what the hell are we talking about anyway? No idea. I'm just trying to fill out the time. It's been really weird. The last couple of streams that we've done, we've dropped F-bombs, B-bombs, C-bombs, M-bombs. I mean, we've dropped all the bombs, and all of them are monetized green. Green. And I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know how that's possible. All I had to do was, I guess, take out the intro, and all of a sudden, apparently I'm good content. I don't know. We need to fix that shit. When I log into my shit, I want to see yellow. I don't want none of that green. Actually, no, give me the green. Give me the good green. Give me the good green. So, like, who's out in the chat? I see a couple of people have chatted. Who's we got? We got J.R. Riggs. J.R. Riggs, nice to see you. This dude's been around a long time. I heard he ate crayons once in his life or whatever. But then again, you know what? Marines do weird shit, dude. They like it. They need the wax. I don't know what for, to fit into fucking small places or something. I don't know. I never questioned it or whatever. I mean, I remember one time when I was at JROTC and I got a present for, the master sergeant, and I just handed him a box of crayons, and then he grabbed them and he was like, "Thank you, Chavez." And then he put them away. And then, like, he wasn't even mad. I was just like, I'm not sure why, but here you go, sir. Here, I got you this box of crayons because I heard Marines liked them. And he was like, "That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you." Puts that shit away. Like, fuck. I'm not sure. Maybe he was gonna give him to his kid or something. I don't know. I didn't ask questions when I was a kid. But you know what? It's okay. We got Phoenix Benjamin, whoever that is. What's up, Phoenix Benjamin? Nice to see you. How are you doing, Virginia Olsen? You're still alive. Thank heavens for you still being with us. Hopefully everything's going well with you. We got Chicken Little said so. That's cool. But it's pushing you at nearly 30 feet per second. What do you mean? What's pushing me? The ground or air? You got to be a little more specific there, little chicken little person. Yeah. You better be. You better get a little more. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's okay, though. You know, we're all going to die. Big fiery death. The world is going to explode. Galactus is going to eat us. We're going to collide with the other multiversal Earth during a multiversal incursion. I don't know how the whole shit's going to end. I don't know where we're going. All I know is that sometimes I do a show or whatever. But yes, I guess we could just get into the meat and potatoes of the show today since things are looking grim. I would have to say, it is a little strange when you see that asteroid name, the thing that you were investigating way back when, like, you went to a government think tank for. And now they're starting to be a little bit more worried about it. But yeah, there's this asteroid called 2024 YR4, and they're saying it's on a collision course with Earth, and it's too late to deflect it. So, yup, we are going to get impacted by an asteroid just like the motherfucking dinosaurs did. We're all gonna fucking die. We're gonna get wiped from existence. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I'll accept my peace. I will stand in the doorway like, ah! You know, blast me into blast me into a shadow. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah, I don't know. Apparently, yes, it is being reported that asteroid 2024 YR4 is on a collision course with Earth, and it is unstoppable. Too late to deflect it. Can't send a group of astronauts up into space to try to blow it up in half. Nope, none of those things work. Literally, it's going to hit. And you know what? Right now, I'm just praying for whoever it gets hit. And, you know, some people are hoping some countries get hit with it. I don't know. My prediction, or the original prediction that I heard all the years ago when this thing was at less than a percent of chance of hitting, but still at the highest percent chance of hitting, they didn't say too much about it, right? But now that it's actually like 2%, like 1 in 43% chance, they're starting to get a little bit more worried about it, which is pretty crazy. And they're saying the asteroid is 40 to 90 meters in diameter. Yes, 40 to 90 meters in diameter. Potentially, it could be a little bit bigger, but they're looking at its potential threat and potential impact on Earth. And they're saying it was only initially discovered December 27th of 2024, but that's fucking horseshit. And I'm not even going to argue about it. But they've classified it by CENOS in the Near Earth Object Studies as a possible hazard, 1 in 43% chance or 2.3% chance of colliding on the Earth December 22nd of 2032. And that probably should give you a little pause there because, you know, doesn't that line up with some of those doomsday predictions and such? And there was that other even bigger asteroid, Apophis, that everybody was also talking about that was supposed to have some type of collision directory sometime in between, or it was supposed to have a near miss in 2030 and then apparently have a really, really near miss potential hit in 2036. So they're saying that it's the most concerning near Earth object that has ever been thought of in recent history. And it only gives us, as a human global society, about 8 years to prepare for the urgency to determine the best course of action and how we're going to basically Well, they just said it out loud. They can't stop it, right? They're not going to be able to stop it. So the only thing that they can do is come up with an idea on how they're going to be able to mitigate the disaster that follows, if that's understood. Like, yeah, we know it's going to hit. There's nothing we can do to stop it. So, yeah, we just basically got to figure out where it's going to hit and try to save the people that are there or make sure that they're not there. Yeah, pretty scary. Actually, very, very, very scary. Just to think about that is like 8 years ago. That's probably when I was actually, we were workshopping this whole thing because it was a scenario that was facing ever more present to people in the know and direct collisions with asteroids and no viable means of preventing it is a pretty serious thing. Even more so, some people might say that NASA has that DART method, which is the double asteroid redirection test mission that it just completed in 2022 to basically see if they could successfully alter the path of an asteroid, namely Dimorphos, and see if kinetic impact deflection was possible. And they said that yes, well, with this particular asteroid, Dimorphos, it was possible. They don't think that 2024 is going to be a good candidate because it's more like a rubble pile, meaning that it's a loosely held together cluster of rocks and debris bound by weak gravity, and blowing that up could actually have more dangerous consequences because instead of it hitting just one place really hard, you're going to get a potential for a wider spread of disaster. You got to think that an asteroid that's about 100 meters wide isn't exactly going to kill all life on Earth, but it is going to seem like a very, very large explosion, right? Like it's going to take out a square mile or a circle mile of stuff just from the impact alone. And that's not even talking about the actual devastation. So, to put it bluntly, you got to think that, okay, well, it's an asteroid. It's going to take out a city. And when this was originally being postulated to me as a part of, I don't even know, like a fucking, what do we call it? A think tank, right? An exercise in the future. Yeah. When was that even for me? Like in 2014? I feel like that shit was in like 2014. I'm actually looking that up right now. It's like the first pictures that got uploaded to my account, actually, or it's like with the, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I remember it. How much farther away? How long ago was it? Yes, November 26th of 2014 at Zermatt, at the Zermatt Resort in Midway, Utah. Yes, the Zermatt Utah Resort and Spa. That's where we had it, or whatever. November 2014. And we were there with the Order of Daughters of the King and the Utah Valley Quilting Guild. Which is weird because they had a governor breakfast, a workshop, and a good dinner, and some other bullshit. And yeah, we did like laser tag, and then we had a meeting and a buffet and a lunch, and then played laser tag on a lawn. It was actually pretty legit, I would have to say. I had a lot of fun. But I like to you know, put the stuff back. But here we go. So yeah, it was a project called Boot Camp, and they were supposed to actually innovate real time in disasters. So it's like the same thing that they do for Project 201, where they get a bunch of smart ass people in a room and try to figure out, how they're actually going to fix stuff. But specifically, what I remembered was this was on their map or whatever. This is actually not the right rotate left. Okay, well, it's a little blurry, but yeah, originally when they were workshopping this stuff, they gave us Montreal as a potential impact point, or is like, what they had originally calculated that, yeah, it was going to hit Montreal like right here, and it was going to really fuck it up. It was like 100-meter asteroid. It's going to crash into the thing. So, like, what do? How do you save people? Because you can't stop the asteroid from hitting. We just know where it's going to hit. So, like, how do you fix the area for as much to save as many people as possible? Right. I probably shouldn't have like taken pictures of any of that shit, but I did anyway because no fucks were given. Yeah, no fucks were given. And it was just like really weird because like there was a bunch of really smart ass motherfuckers working for like big companies and shit that were there. Like, I think what is this guy? This guy fucking runs Autodesk right here, Sean Murray. Or he was running Autodesk for a while. Disaster scenario, ice storm, asteroid. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta think about this. So, just to put it out there, right? Like that's around the same period of time that I had gotten that cool button from the US Department of Arts and Culture. All right, because apparently there was some like government people at this particular thing. But yeah, here you go. That's what I remember. So think about this. Disaster scenario that we were giving in 2014 was disaster scenario. A asteroid hits in the winter time and there's an ice storm in Montreal. What do you fucking do to try to fix it? And then they give you a bunch of different like ideas and stuff to try to figure it out. And now, just coming back to all of this and seeing the fact that yeah, my shutter speed wasn't too slow that day. No, my Note 3 just sucked ass. That's really what it was. My Note 3, because that's what I was using, right? Like, if you look at the thing, if I hit info, Samsung MNN910, so Samsung Note. And it was on auto, right? It was on auto. So, that's just Samsung for you. That was a lot, like that's like the last Samsung phone that I ever bought. It's the last Samsung phone I ever bought. That shit sucked ass. That phone sucked ass. Anyways, just particularly, I like being, very being very thorough when we look at this stuff, and I believe the field innovation team still be operating disaster solutions, disaster recovery, and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know, man. Although they did work with the United Nations and a bunch of other shit. So just, it doesn't really bring me pause, but it makes me feel like it's a little bit strange, right? That we got these asteroids that they're talking about, things are going to be hitting the planet, and everything seems to line up. They're saying it was going to hit in December. That's what they told us it was going to hit. Said it was going to be somewhere around the United States or in the area of North America, right? They specifically said Montreal, but it could be anywhere in Canada. Fuck, it hit the US, bro. Be like a nuke hit in the US. And then there would be a snowstorm. But yes. But they're saying that, yeah, it's too large and a single impact director may not be enough to change its directories. Multiple spacecraft in perfect coordination would have to be sent in, increasing the complexity of the mission. But then again, it's like, don't you guys have like those autonomous fucking robot space shuttles that you're flying around? I feel like you have like 2 or 3 of those and you can put them together and make some shit happen. Right. So they're still not even talking about where the devastating impact would be, but they said a land impact would result in a massive explosion equivalent to several nuclear bombs, causing widespread destruction over hundreds of kilometers. An ocean impact could trigger devastating tsunamis, flooding coastal cities, and causing long-term climate effects. A metallic composition would increase its penetration depth, leading to seismic effects and deep cratering. So, yeah, they're talking about an impact scenario that's not going to be as quite as big as the Tunguska event in the Siberian forest, but, it's large enough that it could hit a populated area It really creates a bad times for people. Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. Uh-oh, look who I got here. Everybody's favorite. It's Logie. The Logie. The G-G's. What's up, Logie? Hey, where you been? You been laying on the bed? How you doing? You been moody lately? You got some chicken today. KFC. Yeah. She got some KFC. Do, 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 do. Beep, beep. Oh, there was an earthquake in Western Texas, dude. Texas got an earthquake. Was it really an earthquake, or do you guys think it was like a nuclear bomb going off? Nuclear bomb testing? You're not walking around on that. If you're coming up here, you're not dirtying up that. It's expensive. Anyways, yeah, I got Lunchy here. Hold on, let's talk to Lunchy. Say hello to everybody, Lunchy. Hi. Hello, everyone. It is I, Lunchy. Tell this man to give me more steak. You had steak for breakfast. You had steak for breakfast, Lunchy. That's 2 days in a row. We don't have no more steak. All you got is burgers. I told the man at the store that I was buying the burger. He was like, dude, who are you buying all these hamburgers for? And I was like, my dog. She eats all of the burgers, not me. Burgers, a little bit of rice, sometimes a little bit of chicken. Yep. My emergency food's going to taste like beef. Anyways, that's fine. Yeah, Crat Edge fracking movements. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Texas fracking movements, earthquakes. That makes sense. Maybe they just opened up a really big deposit. It's gonna make it even cheaper for us to get that good sweet oil. Yeah, they really think that they're gonna make us get rid of the petroleum-based economy. You're gonna need a couple more asteroids for that, you sons of bitches. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What are you doing up here? Don't be all nasty, licking yourself on the cameras and stuff. You gotta clean that shit up, Lunchy. You gotta keep that shit clean, Lunchy. I don't want to have to be cleaning that shit up. But, thank you for coming up here, you little weirdo. Anyways, she just wants attention. So what do you guys think? Should we be really worried about these asteroids or whatever? Is this like the aliens? Is it the aliens that are going to come up over here? Could we do a nuclear style deflection with a nuclear explosion, dude? Can we try to launch up a nuclear warhead up there, try to blow it down? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think it would be sick, honestly. Yeah, dude, it would be sick. Well, she's precious. She is precious. Look at her. She's so pretty. She's a pretty girl. Pretty Chihuahua. She is. She's the. What is it? What's that chick's name? The super hot or whatever. Even though she doesn't seem to age. Gloria something. Me Bella, my little Ariana Grande puppy. She's like, yeah. At least I don't call you Selena Gomez. She got fat. Fat. What's going on? Nothing. We're just talking about these asteroids that are going to impact the Earth, and I'm just sitting here with my little Lunchy. Yep. Oh, you dude. Was the asteroid deflection team funded by USAID? Oh no. Nah. I hope not. So, you just gonna sit up here? Why don't you ever look at the camera? The people want to look at your eyes, Lunchy. They want to see your eyes. They want to take your soul in. They want some of your soul, baby girl. They just want to put their eyes on you like this. You go. Like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. You just watched Mortal Kombat 2 days ago. Your soul is mine. Daddy, give me my... Okay, you can have your soul back. Give you a little extra soul there, Lunchy. Don't go all black on me. So what are you saying? It could be a rod from God? Wait, come on. They're going to be able to use rod from gods like that in space to space. Like, how's it going to... It only works because they drop it. Gravity. How's that going to work in a space application? Well, they're going to wait for it to break into the atmosphere and then drop the rods on it? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a big possibility out there. But it does make me wonder the fact that I'm actually seeing people talk about it. People are putting some information online about it. It reminds me of that one thing every time it comes up. You know, I got to just bring it up and be all like, hey, remember that shit? Do you remember? Because I remember. And honestly, it was pretty crazy. Although there's a lot of stuff that I remember that I miss, right? You know? There's just some stuff in my old pictures that is just beautiful, right? Like, look at that. That's the Coachella AIDS picture. That's me. When I still had hair. Like, it was going away. You could clearly see it there, but, you know. That was me the day after the first time I ever... this is me the day after the first day I went to Coachella or whatever. Felt like shit. I felt like shit. I think, what did I call it? I think I called it the Coachella AIDS. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Coachella AIDS. Coachella AIDS. Coachella AIDS. It's fine. It's fine. I won't go through all my old pictures and show you all of the funny shit that I have. I won't show you all of the funny shit that I have, but I got some bangers in there. I got some bangers. Got the David Starfire t-shirt on. Wear whatever the fuck that thing is on my head. So it's like a bead koi for some shit. Yeah, I look good, man. Got the drapes in the background. Bitches. You don't know. You think I'm uncultured. And I'll have to tell you that you are wrong. You are wrong. I am a cultured swine. I am a cultured swine. Okay. So, I guess what else do we have to talk about today? Do you guys want to talk about the dudes? You want to talk about Trump and his domination of the American government? Turning us into a new power? Or do you just want to see me sit here, give lunch a sweet kisses? My precious little not woofy chihuahua. Have you guys heard her bark one time? I can't even get her to bark if I wanted to. The only time she ever does any noise is when she's outside. She'll bark at people a little bit. I don't know what the criteria is for barking at people. I've just sat at the ghost station with the window open and she barks at some people. She doesn't bark at some other people. There's no rhyme or reason as to why. I just don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before with my puppy. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't taken a vacation in a long time because I can't afford vacations. And then I used to only go on free vacations because I was like trading my work. I was trading myself for tickets. I was whoring myself out to get free tickets for these joints. You know what I mean? Free tickets. But yeah, half the time, since I'm a QAnon Trump booster person or whatever, nobody wants me to hang out because they don't want to have political arguments, even though I'll just be all like, man, I'm just here for the music. I'm just here for the music. Oh, and the booty, obviously. I'm here for the booties. The big booties. Big booties. Big booty. Booty, 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 booty. Don't try to tell me that you don't like booty. There's me again at a festival. I got the drug glasses on. There's my meat hanging out. Look at that meat. And then I got my head painted. I think this is that's the Wiggy stage, so that's lightning at a bottle. That's lightning at a bottle. So yeah, don't act like I don't know how to get down or whatever. I party harder than all of you put together. I've earned it. I've earned it. Talk is cheap, my darling. I don't know. I like squirrels. Lunchy doesn't like squirrels. I keep trying to bring her onto the squirrel side of things, but it ain't working. I think squirrels are just too much of her food. What are you even looking at over there? Were you trying to get down? Do you need to jump down? Lunchy. Lunchy. Anyways. What's called America's going through a breast reduction? What do you mean, like a breast reduction? Why do people do that? Why ruin a good thing? That's my question. Why ruin a good thing? I never want to ruin a good thing. Oh, well. We'll wait for a second to see if somebody answers what other kind of bullshit they want to fucking talk about today. What other bullshit you want to talk about today? Huh? You want to talk about Trump? You want to talk about Gaza? You want to talk about any of that bullshit out there? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the Lion King? Lion King? Oh, it's because I just did the Lion King thing with Lunchy. Yeah, I do that with her a lot. I pick her up. But when she comes out, I give her a little kiss, and she's like, "Oh, stop it! I hate you. Stop it! This is awful. You're the worst, Papa. You're the worst. You're the worst. The worst. Everyone's gonna put you down. Yeah, 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 yeah." Wow. So let's just get into the other news or whatever. I think this was the first fucking ridiculous ass piece of news that I fucking saw today that I thought was pretty fucking weird. I don't even know if this is true. I don't even know if this is true. Look at this. Elon Musk, self-proclaimed savior of civilization, has just had a child out of wedlock with Ashley St. Clair. So much for traditional values and setting a good example. But hey, I'm sure the culture warriors will finally find a way to spin this one. 5 months ago, I welcomed a baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously closed this to protect our child's privacy and safety. But in the recent days, it has become clear that tabloid media intends to do so regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow from a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask for the media to honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, what, bro? You telling me, you telling me Tyro dig down Ashley St. Clair? That is just an insanely Jewish thing to do. Honestly, insanely Jewish thing to do. Approximately 59% of black children are expected to spend part of their childhood in a fatherless home. This statistic reflects a significant trend in the family structure among African American families. You know what? That's true. That is true. For sure. That is real. I mean, how real is it? I don't know, but it seems to be pretty fucking real because people be talking about this shit. People have been talking about this shit quite a bit. Quite a bit. Yeah. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. So, yeah, it is being postulated and passed around that apparently Ashley St. Clair had a baby with Elon Musk. And maybe this is the tweet near the conception period, you know? Seriously, this is the absolute best time in history to have kids. They claim not to be elitist while simultaneously saying there's nothing worse than a poor kid. These two are definitely having a kid together in the near future. 11, 27, 23. 2, 14, 25. Yeah. Wow, somebody actually commented in the Rumble chat. What's up, Chuckleverse? Nice to see you. Dude, Ashley St. Clair having a baby with Elon Musk. I guess traditional values really don't mean a whole lot these days. You know, like I feel like she was living the trad wife scene for a little bit after she started, after she got done asking for the black dudes to go, do the thing or whatever. But I mean, is that real? I just don't know. I mean, I guess I just have to, I guess I gotta believe it, right? I gotta believe it. And, 5 hours ago, she tweeted that little message right there. Ele Lacta-esque, whatever that fucking means. Some fucking dumb shit. Literally, no one is surprised you slept your way up the ladder. And then Mike Benz, the Cucklestein himself. The whole world is so lucky you brought to life into this world. And the whole world has got you and your family's black. ALG, God bless you and your family. Thanks, Alex. Congratulations, Ashley. Wishing you the best for you and your growing family. What fucking family? Bitch, they're not married. Elon Musk didn't marry her. She's going to grow up without a fucking father in her child's life, right? Or is he going to just be like taking the kid half the time and then running around with them? Like, when are they getting married? Uh-huh. Yeah, apparently, I don't know. Yeah, you just wait 6 months until your father gets home. Ashley St. Clair got with Elon? I wish it was me. You wish to get with Ashley St. Clair? With Ashley, right? I'm so sorry, Ashley. Terrible anyone would do this to a child. Paradox of control, I guess. So yeah, she confirmed it. She's actually 5 months ago had Elon Musk's baby. Except for, I mean, I guess he got. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, we're in the middle of chocolate. What do you want? More chicken? Did you finish eating your chicken? No, you still got chicken over there. I see it. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really crazy. But then again, I guess that makes a whole lot of sense as to why Ashley St. Clair was all over the platform for so long. I mean, 5, 6 a year ago, do the math. If she had a baby 5 months ago, and then 9 months before that, she was getting all kinds of play on the platform. It was almost like she could do no wrong on the platform. And now we all know that 100% it was all just a farce because she was out there sucking Elon's pee-pee. And I mean, can she say that she didn't sleep her way to the top? No. No, 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 no. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous these days. But then again, can a guy just go get pregnant from a girl and then, like get his life significantly improved? I don't know. I don't think that that's a thing that is possible. But then again, what do we really got to do? We all got to just, look at the facts. Ashley St. Clair, formerly known as Online as Sex Laptop, managed to garner a such astroturf rise to social media prominence that she's now having Elon Musk's baby. It certainly doesn't help that people like Jack Posobiec and Charlie Cook and all the other big Con Inc. adjacent lended their credibility either. Just make sure to teach that your kids that sometimes all it takes is sleeping around or looking for that special Tyrone to get your big break. The only litmus test on the right is how much you're willing to trample on core fundamentals of right wing conservatism. Ladies and gentlemen, your right wing influencers. Yeah. That's real. You think the child support's going to be lucrative? Probably. So yeah, they pretend, they act, they say that they are, all about whatever. All right, let's see what you're looking at over there. Hold up. Who's getting shot? Nobody. Lunchy, you made me use the arm gum, and there was nobody out there. So, I mean, what do we even say, dude? Like, we've been talking about this Con Inc. in the group and everything out there that has been out there, but it's really just kind of disgusting, just to be frank. And then when you look at it and you start to realize how astroturfed and fucking fake and gay these people are, you'll start to realize that they all kind of have associated them into spaces right next to people that are in the Trump campaign very clearly, but basically all of them are Jewish, which is really weird, right? And that's probably one of the stranger things, I think, with this whole situation with Ashley. But then again, I guess it really does like kind of give you an idea of the culture or the difference in culture, right? That has been available to all of us. Like, here's Stu Peters. Elon Musk, you're demonetizing and removing blue check marks from accounts at the behest of your new child's mother.
How am I ever going to recover? Stu Peters, who no one's ever heard of, who was just begging me to be on his show just a few days ago, to which I declined because he's an anti-Semitic rat. But given, I don't think he knew I was a dirty J-word, a dirty Jew, before he invited me on.
No, I think he knew. I think he knew and he just didn't care. Yeah. Ads are crummy 100%. Oh, if you don't like ads, all you got to do is get YouTube Premium. And you pay $9.99 a month and you never see a fucking ad again. I can confirm that because I never see ads on YouTube ever. And you may be like, well, why the fuck are you bowing down to Big Daddy YouTube? And I'm like, cause I don't like to see ads, bitch. What the fuck? Do you realize that if you pay YouTube $10 a month or $12 a month or whatever the fuck it costs, your view is worth like 100 views? Did you know that? And then you don't get to see ads. So, like, you just never see them ever. You click onto a video and it just plays. And then you just go. You go do a live stream, you start watching it. You'll just watch the whole fucking live stream and be like, I've never seen a fucking ad. It's because you just don't get them. You could use Brave browser and do all of that jicky shit or whatever, but you know, I'm telling you, premium. Oh, this is me selling you something on YouTube, whatever. And it tells you right there. It says all YouTube, no interruption. YouTube and YouTube Music, ad-free, offline, and in the background. Ad-free, so you can be immersed in all your favorite videos without interruptions. Download video just to watch later when you're online or on the go. Background play so you can watch using other apps, and then you can even stream music. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. I wonder how much it costs, actually. I don't know how much it costs. If you're a cheapskate or whatever, don't pay me, pay YouTube. Or, if you're on Rumble, you can do the same thing. Like, Rumble's ads are just as ass as YouTube's. I actually dislike Rumble's ads more than YouTube's because you can't stop that shit. Right? You have to watch the fucking ads. And if you change the channels or anything like that, it's still gonna make you fucking watch the ads. So, like, the only way to not see ads or anything like that is to literally pay for Rumble Premium, which is also basically the same fucking price, right? Like, is it Rumble Premium? I mean, you have to sign up for Rumble Premium just to even get, like, the ability to do it. Yeah, here. Rumble Premium. $9.99 a month or $99 for the yearly subscriptions. You get a verified access badge. You get exclusive premium content and break free from ad breaks. Yeah. Which is also equally worth it if you watch videos on Rumble all the time or whatever, like ads. Like, what the fuck? Are you fucking retarded? Like, nah, fuck that. Like, what? You're not gonna pay YouTube and get free YouTube music? What the hell's your problem? All right, well, what about this? Do you use this AdGuard DNS, which is an ad blocker, but instead of it blocking ads at your computer, it blocks it at the DNS level? Yeah. Yeah, bitch. I bet you didn't fucking know about this. Yo bitch ass didn't know about this. You can block queries to everything on the internet. You can say, I don't want to see a fucking ad. And then you can put it on your phone and you don't even have to install an app. You just got to turn it on. And then all of a sudden you're going to be all like in your apps and shit. And then you don't see ads either. But I still pay for YouTube because I like it. So yeah, how it works. Let's imagine you're connecting your devices to AdGuard DNS, and now your DNS service is up and running. Every time you enter a URL or open up a link, your device asks AdGuard DNS for the corresponding address. If the domain or address belongs to an advertising, tracking, malicious, or phishing website, AdGuard DNS blocks it from accessing you, thus protecting you from malicious attacks and privacy breaches. And then you get a dashboard of everything that you're doing online and how to check it up. Yeah, I have Amazon Prime too. I pay for Amazon Prime and YouTube Premium. Those are like the two things that I pay for because I use the free YouTube music, right? And I use the YouTube fucking shit all the time, bro. Literally so worth it. So fucking worth it. Just to never see a fucking ad ever. Never. I don't want to fucking see them. I don't want to see them. But yeah. And just to be clear, you don't even really have to pay for it. You can use it up to 5 devices, 2 servers with up to 100 roles, 30,000 monthly requests for free, right? You can get it for free. You can get it for free. Or you can pay for it too. But you don't have to pay for it unless you're like getting a shitload of clicks and shit like that. Like, probably not worth it to pay for it. But, if you're looking for an AdGuard DNS is probably the best because, I mean, it really blocks everything, dude. It really does, bro. I don't see nothing. I'm always on there too. I'm always in it. I'm in it to get it. I'm on it. I'm like, what's up, ads? And then they're like, oh, I don't fucking see them. What ads? You guys see what I see. You see what I see. And you ain't seeing no fucking hands. Right? Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Actually, I can show you my dashboards or whatever. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. It's got a whole dashboard with like statistics and shit like that. What the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah, but it tells you, what you're connected to. You can have it connected to your phones and other stuff, and it'll actually show you like how many requests it's blocking and from what companies and whatnot, what number of requests are coming through. It's really nice. It is actually really nice. And you can have a lot of devices on it. Adobe refunded you $900 fucking dollars, dude. That would have been legit. That would be legit. I mean, look, we could even check out the requests. It tells you what advertising trackers and who you're getting the most from, the most that you're blocking. Which is really weird that they even have the Walt Disney Company up, because I don't have Disney Plus and I don't even watch it. So yeah. Anyways, I guess that was my ad right there. So yeah, you should go buy all that stuff. Stop bitching about ads. Stop bitching about ads and pay the fucking money. God damn it. Don't you have a job? Jesus Christ. Yeah, the big brain shit's nice is because like I could be on my phone and then I could go mine Pi, right? And if I go to like the Pi app to mine Pi, when you hit the mining button, usually it makes you watch a stupid fucking ad to mine, but not mine. It just says, nope, block that. And that's on the phone. And that's not with an app or anything. I just had to add the DNS to the servers, and it works on 4G. I'd rather save the funds and donate to a better cause. Yeah. Yeah, better be me. If not, it ain't worthy. That's right, it ain't worthy. Hey, I saw this one right here real quick. Animal chip company silences worried pet owners seeking answers. And yes, apparently Save This Life's abrupt disappearance from the market could leave thousands of implanted microchips in dogs useless. Yes, a company called Save This Life has gone away. And now people that microchip their animals may not be able to locate them with the microchip anymore because the company took the database offline that carries all of the information, which really sucks. So did you guys ever get your dogs microchipped? Because yeah, it seems like some people have lost their ability to microchip their dogs all across the country. Yeah. Save This Life's. Save This. Permanently closed. Animal Protection Agency. Permanently closed. Pet recovery systems. Can you text your pet? Can you find your pet? Can you text your pet's microchip? Yeah, one of your dogs is chip. Well, if he's got one of these Save This Life chips, that chip is currently useless. So somebody's going to have to figure out how to hack into those things to get the information out of it. That would be a good idea. Be a great idea, I think. It'd be a good one. Dee 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 dee. Oh, here's a video of the Germans. The Germans are really pissed off about social media. German president.
We Europeans demand that tech companies, just like everyone else, that these companies comply with European law, whether their name be TikTok, X, or something else. We cannot and will not allow platforms to destroy our democratic societies or cause serious harm to our children.
The Germans say that they're going to censor everybody.
That tech companies, just like everyone else, that these companies comply with European law, whether their name be TikTok, X, or something else. We cannot and will not allow platforms to destroy our democratic societies or cause serious harm to our children.
Uh-oh. Looks like the Germans are going to fight they're going to fight us on social media and possibly lose again. But yes, they think that social media platforms are destroying their democratic societies. Free speech is dangerous, folks. Free speech is dangerous. You're not allowed to have it. You're not allowed to have free speech, according to the Germans. They're going to keep moving forward and censoring you, just like, that other little group that wears all the little hats or whatever, but that's fine. That's fine. We might actually get some movement, though, on voter ID. Here's Donald Trump talking about it.
We're looking to go to a system now much different, where one-day voting, voter ID, and we have to do that. And paper ballots. We want paper ballots. And when they do that, we're going to clean it up very, very well. But we had a great 2016. We had a much better 2020 election, but bad things happened. And we had the best of all. We had, they say, the most consequential in history, 129 years, most consequential. So it was a great election. And it gives me a chance to work again with the Prime Minister and India. And we're going to have a great relationship.
We're going to have a great relationship. That sounds good. I like the sound of voter ID. I wouldn't mind coughing up my ID to go vote. Like, I felt like, how are they supposed to know it's you if you don't hand them your ID? Like, I never understood the absolute vitriol that comes from the left from the voter ID laws, because, like, if you're 18 years old, you're supposed to have an ID, right? And it's not like it's expensive or anything like that. You should be able to get it pretty quickly, right? Like, it shouldn't take that long. But goddamn. Wait, you can still literally go vote without an ID. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. I gotta have a wallet. I gotta have an ID. I got multiple copies of that damn ID because I fucking lose that shit all the time. So as soon as I got my new one, I fucking ordered another one. And then I waited a month and I ordered another one. So I got 3 of those bitches, right? So if I fucking lose my wallet, I still got it, right? It didn't cost no $3,000 or anything. It was like $5. No, actually, I think it was like $12, right? So I paid like $30 to get 2 extra IDs. So now I have an extra one, right? I got extras because for a while there, I didn't even have an ID, bro. Like, here's one. Here's one of my old ones. This one, when was this one done? Issued 4/27 of 2016, and it's just an ID card. It's like an ID card. It's not even a driver's license. And I'm pretty sure I got that thing so I could vote, right? Because I wasn't even allowed to drive at that particular time, even though I was still driving every fucking day. Anyways, let's not talk about that. You only have fake IDs? How do you only have fake IDs, dude? You stole a Mexican's identity? That's cool. People stole my identity before. My identity has been stolen. Somebody, I'll never forget it. I was like at a house living with some people or whatever. and I left for the day, and they left the garage open, and some people just came by and started stealing shit out of the garage. And one of them, like, my boxes were in the garage, right? Like, one of them had a bunch of my shit in it. So, like, they got my mail, they got my shit, they got my social security card, and I'm just all like, what the fuck? Why did you guys do that? Massive L for me. Massive fucking L for me. And let me tell you, they don't do much for it. They will not do much for you. Yes, they will not do much for you. Yeah, that sounds really bad. You make it yourself. What's this? President Trump has directed this to stop?
President Trump has directed this to stop.
Is that Pam Bondi?
And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike one. Strike two is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready. President Trump has directed this to stop.
Ooh, she's pretty when she's angry. But yeah, that's what they're saying right now, bitches. You think you're going to get away from it? You think you're going to violate immigration laws? If you're not complying with federal law, you're next. We're going to arrest your governor ass. We don't care. Which is honestly,
don't comply with
which is honestly
federal,
amazing, which is honestly amazing, just to be perfectly blunt and clear. They're going to be getting them, dude. They're going to be going after sanctuary cities and all these other places that are harboring illegal immigrants and allowing them to steal taxpayer dollars and a host of other things. And I guess I have to be all for it, man. You know, I started getting the realization earlier is that, you know, like, are we even going to be able to fight the Jewish horde? I mean, are we just going to have to all start learning Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila? So I figured, you know, I just got to start watching all those Adam Sandler movies again. And then, you know, just become Jewish, just become an ultra Jew, and then out Jew all the Jews. What do you think? Do you think we could do it? I think we could do it. I think we could do it. L'chaim, brothers. L'chaim. Okay? I think we could do it. I think we could do it. But then, like, what will we actually do? Right? I don't know. But I saw this video on X and it made me wonder, you know, this could be a thing, you know? Maybe we could just go around and, you know, make a bunch of videos and stunts and get people to seem like they're anti-Semitic.
Afternoon, and Cairo Takeaway Cafe is buzzing when a man wearing a Star of David cap walks in.
You think we can make money?
A hibiscus tea. He moves to the back of the cafe.
Renamed to Ultra Jew. There's no way that I could get Ultra Jew on X, bro. There's no fucking way. Okay, I'm gonna look that up right now. I am literally almost 100% positive that that's taken. Yeah, that account is taken and it is suspended. But, you know.
Wearing glasses with a camera. He turns them on and he leaves, following the female staff member who served him. They're at the door when the man in the cap speaks up. The alleged conversation relayed to the cafe's chef.
Am I upsetting you being here? And she said, no, I'm just asking you what you want. He says, because I'm Jewish.
Seconds later, a senior journalist from the Daily Telegraph enters with her photographer and allegedly asks the same female server, have you got a problem with the man with the white cap? She says, why would I have a problem? Eventually they leave, the cafe worker not far behind, and she's now the one with the camera.
Now she's got
out
the camera.
And out intimidation. Who comes into a restaurant and asks me a question about this gentleman who I don't even know?
Do you think it's not intimidation that you found it appalling?
I know, Ultra Jew's a good name, bro.
Show me that you're from the Daily Telegraph.
Easy.
I don't know, I think something...
I got to get one of those little hats.
It was all part of a stunt planned by the Daily Telegraph, allegedly called Undercover Operation. A leaked planning document reads, meet Gussie at
Oi, bring me some latkes. Bring me some latkes and some falafel.
Holt Street. Call on arrival at 9 a.m. Undercover Jewish man
What? You don't have any falafel? You're anti-Semitic.
Birnbaum sees what it's like being
Ultra
Jewish
juice?
in Sydney.
We as a small community restaurant accept everyone into our restaurant and our venue and respect all walks of life.
Ophir Birnbaum is a prominent member of Sydney's Jewish community. During the recent anti-Semitic attacks, he pushed for unity.
We have to respect each other. People can disagree
Somebody's got
respectfully.
ultra juice.
9 News understands the Daily Telegraph contacted a Jewish organisation to help facilitate the story, but they declined. The cafe owner called police, and after a 3-day investigation, it was decided no crime had been committed. Late this afternoon, the Daily Telegraph responded, saying they never intended to provoke an incident and their approach could have been better handled. Nine has reached out to Ophir Birnbaum, but he has not responded. At Newtown, Erin Ramsey, 9 News.
Wow, they're literally trying to set people up in the streets to be anti-Semitic just by wearing, a hat with the demonic flag on it and shit. That's crazy, bro. That shit is nuts, son. But it's happening more and more. It'll be soon, though, Think about it. I feel like it'll be soon. If we got people packing up and leaving for Mexico, I think that there's still hope for the country.
Oye, mi gente, que se va la gente. Ya se está yendo. Aquí los paisanos están yendo ya para México. Están levantando todas sus cosas. Allá abajo, mira, la familia se está yendo. Una camioneta también. Y otro también lleno de cosas también. Ya nos vamos. Ya es hora que
nos vamos.
Ya es mucho, ya 25 años estando acá en Estados Unidos, como que ya es hora. Y pues, vámonos. Ya nos están correteando. Vámonos, porque ya viene la migra todo. Ya nos diga. Vámonos.
Vámonos.
Oye, mi gente, que se va.
Yep, dude, there's convoys of Mexicans packing up their shit and moving back to Mexico. After 25 years of living in the United States illegally, they finally just said, you know what? Fuck this. We're going back to Mexico. You guys can suck a big wiener. Which is funny, right? Like, is there like a bigger thing happening going on? Because I feel like, everything is going big. Drama Alert says the DC's in big trouble. Dark secrets are beginning to leak. And right now, there is a massive sale of real estate in Washington, D.C. Very big. A lot of people are putting up homes. And I can't tell you why, man. Could be all those people in the government that just lost their freaking jobs. Probably. That's probably a little bit. That's probably something that's making it happen for them, okay? But at the same time, also in the District of Columbia over the last 90 days, the search for lawyer has skyrocketed. I don't know if there's any type of correlation to any of the layoffs or anything that are happening. But they're also seeing that there's definitely an increase in looking for crime, human trafficking, corruption, and insider trading really seems to be super big over there. And for some reason, right before December too, right after the election, a lot of people seem to be super worried about all that stuff. So, maybe there is some movements that's shaking. Maybe Trump is really, really, going to save everything. I mean, it reminds me of this video from, I think it was 2 days ago. How much did they said they found in fraud?
Brian.
Yes. I want to go back to DOGE just for a second. Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marjorie Taylor Greene, her and her staff discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments to Medicare, Medicaid, overseas.
$2.7 trillion.
Have gotten it. Some of this room might have missed that press conference. Can you elaborate on what the president is thinking at this point.
Well, again, that's another example. There's a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that DOGE is identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked about yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, I would say that is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts they've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million, but only 500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that DOGE is working on every single day. And I would just remind everybody in this room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering on a promise that 77 million people elected him to do.
77 million people is a lot. Them saving money for us like that is a lot. But is it going to be enough is the real big question with everything that we got going on. Or are we all just going to turn into this little old lady walking around with her AK because
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been laughing and laughing so low that even my mama think that my mind is gone. And I ain't ever tried a man that didn't deserve it. He be treated like a punk, you know, that's unheard of. You better watch out where you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying and chop. Yeah. I mean, is that going to be us in the near future just walking around? Is that an AK? I think that's actually an AK-74 because, I mean, it looks a little different than a normal AK. Or maybe it's a Saiga? Is that a Saiga? I think maybe it's a Saiga. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Maybe that's going to be us in the near future. We got to stop the bleeding. The country has been dying for very many years, and we got this hope. But you know what? Things got to get crushed, right? BRICS was a real big problem there for a while, right?
BRICS, the BRICS nations, I think that's breaking up very rapidly. We said that if they're going to go and do anything to undermine the dollar, that includes China. I don't even know that they're a member of BRICS, but they had a few nations get together to try and
No, bro, that's the AK.
And I said, we're going to put 100% tariff on every one of those nations. And at the mere thought of saying that, I think that's all broken up. That idea has no longer sailed. Now, that would be a terrible thing for our country. It would be bad for the world. They wanted to undermine the dollar. 6 nations, BRICS, the BRICS nations.
The BRICS nations. Yeah, China's been a BRICS member since the founding, and the C in BRICS literally stands for China. But for whatever reason, Trump doesn't think that China is a part of BRICS anymore, which is fine, I guess. I mean, does BRICS still gonna exist after a little while longer? You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Now let's go see our favorite Jewish congressperson tell us about U.S. aid.
Here's examples of some of the instruction manuals here, 1 and 2, in order to destabilize nations. In addition to that, they advocated for setting up job fairs near some of these rights so that disaffected workers could gain employment. Now, as a member of Congress, I ask myself, did anyone in USAID get elected to Congress? How about to a presidency? When you are acting in the shadows and you are destabilizing nations using race wars to do it and then advocating that the military does it, in my opinion, not only do you put the future generations that would have to fight in those wars in jeopardy, but at the end of the day, you're operating without any oversight.
Yeah, operating without any oversight. Oh, you got to love Representative Luna. She's very pretty and beautiful. A very, very, very well-placed Jewish plant in the government. People are going to love her. I don't have to, but I will call it out for what it is because that's what I'm here to do, right? You know, it's all a joke. You're a joke to these people. Here's Elon Musk's thing. He updated his Tyrone. You see that says Tyrone? Yeah, so I guess Tyrone really destroyed Ashley St. Clair after all. Damn Africans. That was deep dicking all them white bitches. Or is it Jewish bitches? Well, technically he's black and she's Jewish or whatever. So maybe all those memes that people have been posting that Jewish ladies should be marrying black men. have been working. Maybe it is. Maybe it has really been working. You know? There it is. Black Blake named Tyrone to destroy me. And then there's Tyrone. You know, you can't make this shit up, bro. This is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. Now, you should just decidedly appreciate it. Don't think that it's going to change anything. Okay? Don't think it's going to take anything. Yeah, you heard she was a Jewish stripper? Yeah, she was a Jewish stripper. She got a nose job and everything. Yeah, her last name isn't even Luna. She just changed it because a lot of Jewish chicks like to pretend that they're Latina.
And expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered. And expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all.
Are you happy with the vice president? Dude, this thing on Rumble is telling me that I have an ad read. What's an ad read? It says that you could do it. What? Huh? What? Accepted start. So I'm trying out this new thing. And, you know, part of all what we do here is that you got to have tons of different places to go and post out all of your stuff. And one of the great places that you can go post out your stuff is True Social. I'm on True Social. You can go find me, truesocial.com/Defango. And if you're looking for a place to have online news and discussion, you can check out True Social, you know, Donald Trump's freaking social media website. There's the link for it right there on the side of the screen. And you can find out all kinds of different stuff up there. You can find me on there making posts and a bunch of my friends making posts. So I recommend that you go and you try to check it out because it's a really good place to find friends, especially if you're like a Republican type and you like going over there. Like I said, you can find me over there on True Social. Actually, I don't think I have that many followers, but I'm on the True Social. I have a profile. You can follow me over there at Defango. I'm sure you're going to love it. It's a really, really, really great show. Showing, and I mean, honestly, if you don't like places like what do you call that place, Twitter or X or Blue Sky, you can always go check this one out, where there's a huge group of online patriots that support Donald Trump, just like YouTube, that you're really gonna love, and they're really great, and you're just gonna like it. Okay, so make your voice heard, join the movement, join True Social, and tell Big Tech that they can suck on your left toe or right toe, or maybe not even on your toe if you're not into any of that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm just here to read the words on the screen. And I'm not saying that all of that was written up there, but I am saying that you should check it out because I definitely use it. So be well. Enjoy it. Yeah. Wow. Cool. I did that. I got my first campaign done, and we made $1.17 for promoting True Social. Ha ha. So are you persuaded? Will you go over to True Social and follow people and use the platform? I think you should. Wow, that was nice of Truth Social. I've never seen that before on the thing. It was like popping up telling me, read this and make some money. So, you know, I was like, I like money. So I definitely took the money. I took the money and I ran. So sue me. Sue me. Sue me. Anyways, what else is happening in the world today that is possibly funny and probably retarded? I don't know. I thought I had a few different things. Oh, yeah. Here's Donald Trump and Elon Musk laughing about the media.
They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, It's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
Do the people really see what's happening? Do they really get it, guys? I don't know if they really get it or not. I see Trump out there talking about it. He does a good job, but not Elon, right? Like, Elon is just controlling the narrative through X. And I mean, it seems like he's doing a pretty good job. Just look at all of the people that he's created. All of these crazy people. I mean, just yesterday we were looking at that Roz Alerts guy, and he's legitimately like a puppy fetish guy that is just disgusting or whatever. But that's one of Elon's people. That's one of the fools that he put up to the forefront. You got to realize is that they're playing us. They've been playing us for a really long time. All they do is they change their political stances a little bit and start tweeting the right things and knowing the right people. And they get up there. Just like it's a tale as old as time. And it just keeps happening over and over and out. It's show business. And that's the thing, is like Hollywood is everywhere now, dude. It's not just in Hollywood, right? Like the entirety of the internet is fake, right? Every show that you watch, every person you interact with, or any personality online, they're all fake, dude. They're all playing characters. The realness has disappeared from the internet. I feel like this is probably one of the only places where you're still going to get it real, because I mean, that's the only thing that I'm good at, is being real. So that's why I'm real with you, right? That's why I've taken so many hits over the years, telling the truth and then being proven right many years later, but nobody ever gives me the fucking credit. It's crazy, right? They did a good job manipulating this thing together. People have put themselves into the right places to make sure that they're there. And, it's positive, right, that we're actually seeing some stuff coming forward on this particular area. It's positive. You could be happy about it, right? You could be happy about it for at least a little bit of time. But ultimately, like, everything that you're doing and everything that we're doing is rebuilding the American empire, or building back the American empire. And that's the way that we got to look at it. I'm trying to look at positive stuff, because I really don't like any of the things going on in the Middle East or with Ukraine or anything, but we have to be willing to see how they're going to fight, right? And I mean, even if we make America great again, I mean, what about Europe, dude? We got to fix Europe too, because Europe is more fucked than the United States, right? And if Europe falls, will it ever be able to be repaired? That's the real question.
I believe there is nothing more urgent than mass migration. Today, almost 1 in 5 people living in this country moved here from abroad. That is, of course, an all-time high. It's a similar number, by the way, in the United States, also an all-time high. The number of immigrants who entered the EU from non-EU countries doubled between 2021 and 2022 alone. And of course, it's gotten much higher since. And we know the situation, it didn't materialize in a vacuum. It's the result of a series of conscious decisions made by politicians all over the continent and others across the world over the span of a decade. We saw the horrors wrought by these decisions yesterday in this very city. And of course, I can't bring it up again without thinking about the terrible victims who had a beautiful winter day in Munich ruined. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and will remain with them. But why did this happen in the first place? It's a terrible story, but it's one we've heard way too many times in Europe and unfortunately too many times in the United States as well. An asylum seeker, often a young man in his mid-20s, already known to police, rams a car into a crowd and shatters a community. How many times must we suffer these appalling setbacks before we change course and take our shared civilization in a new direction? No voter on this continent went to the ballot box to open the floodgates to millions of unvetted immigrants.
You know it's bad when the vice president of the United States got to go to Germany and put them in their place because they've created such a mess for themselves with immigration. It's the same thing in Britain, the UK. I mean, these guys are not looking at the reality of what they've wrought upon themselves, and now they're starting to see it, and now their people are getting mad about it, but like, is it too late to save it? Right? Like, is it too late to save it? And that's the same thing here in the United States, right? Like, more and more do you go around and this business is Indian owned or this business is owned by some new Middle East company because, you know, the good white folk that started it and decided to run it for very many years wanted to cash out and sold it to some foreign corporation that, you know, basically runs the business shittily, treats Americans poorly, and only seems to respect the people that they bring in from their own country, further lowering the quality of life and job markets and things of that nature. You know, I like it when I hear stuff from Vance and Trump about this stuff, but the more that I'm looking around, you know, it took forever for me, you know, it takes forever for me to find contracts that are long enough to actually materialize into, you know, like an actual real job. And I've been a contractor for like the last 7 years and I've been dealing with it, right? Like losing out jobs to Haji, right? And then, you know, showing back up at that same place a couple months later through a contract that was subcontracted out from Haji, the guy that started, you know, the guy that they hired, right? And you know that I'm basically just doing the work that he's supposed to be doing. It's pretty ridiculous, dude. It ain't cool. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. And it still seems like we're looking straight for that, you know, civilization gap, you know, like the America doesn't feel saved, right? You know, Donald Trump is in there, he's making his moves and stuff, but everything that he's talked about with this Gaza situation doesn't make me feel like the world is saved, dude. Doesn't make me feel like anything. You know, the last thing that I want to hear is, you know, people like my brother's children, you know, somebody's kid having to go fight in the Middle East yet again for some stupid war that we're not even involved with, like, should be involved with. Right. And I think it was a pretty interesting question from the Wall Street Journal. He asked, you know, like, Trump wants to control Gaza. And the real question is, like, who the fuck owns that place, right? Who owns it, right? If we're going to take it over, who are we paying? And right now they're saying it's just as effectively run by Hamas militants, but the United Nations says it's unlawfully occupied by Israel. Most countries consider it a war-torn strip as a part of Palestine and blah, 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 blah. How is he actually going to take it over, right? Trump has offered few concrete deals for his plans for Gaza beyond saying the U.S. would invoke the United States authority to control it. And he says the U.S. wouldn't buy Gaza or use American troops to take it, but that the U.S. should have a long-term control of it and turn it into a Philadelphia-sized territory into the Riviera of the Middle East. So, yeah, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Like, so the Palestinians owned it. So, you know, everybody just says the Palestinians are Hamas. Cool. The United Nations says that it's unlawfully occupied. Great. And now Trump is saying that we're going to take it over, but we're not going to use the U.S. troops, and they're just going to give it to us. You know, like, how does that work? That doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, right? So, like, this is what we're looking at. Like, they've been talking about the transfers of individuals, and it sounds like there's going to be campaigns that are moving forward, and we're going to start seeing bombs and shit get redropped over there. That's what we're going to be looking at. So, Trump is already telling us pretty clearly that he's not using American troops and he's not going to buy Gaza. So, what does that mean? That just means that he's going to do it through Israel, right? He's just going to keep giving Israel money, and then he's going to have the Israelis go in there and take it all over for us, but really for them. And that's the way that the game is basically being played right now. There's still 2 million Palestinians living in the area, and he's talking about not having U.S. troops displace those people. He wants the Israeli people to displace them. And maybe that's some pretty good, I guess, mumbo jumbo moves to get around any type of issues that may be coming forward with the UN. Not that we care about any of that anyway. Yeah, it just kind of seems pretty crazy, you know? We got to give it back to God's people. That's who it belongs to. Was it God's people or the devil's people? I don't know. You know, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, Gaza was under the Palestinian Authority until it was taken by force by Hamas. Now, who owns the land in Gaza? Interesting. Private individuals own as much as half of the land in Gaza, which can be freely bought or sold, according to a 2015 study of land ownership. But more than 1/3 of the land is estimated to be unregistered because of difficulties, including establishing a so-called chain of ownership and complex land laws and registration procedures. According to the study, some owners in the past didn't register land to avoid paying tax. It said, unregistered private land can be registered by owners only if they are able to prove a historical chain of ownership. If not, owners are subject to restrictions. They can't sell the land. They can sell the land, but they can't mortgage it. For example, unregistered landowners are considered the owners unless proven otherwise. And deeds of ownerships in the past have been required to build Gaza, where about 1/3 of the territory is considered land for public use, though it's often occupied by private individuals. Interesting indeed. Asteroid coming in 7 years. Will it be a hit? I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hit. That's why I made the video earlier. We talked about it. Yeah, Asteroid's going to hit. Why the fuck would they be making noise about it and even talking about it? Like, it used to be such a low percentage chance that it was just in think tanks, but the fact that they're even talking about it outside of the area and saying that it's going to 1 in 43% chance, it's pretty clear that shit is going to hit. Yeah, shit is going to hit. So, international treaties. The UN says international law generally prohibits the forced displacement from people from land. Exceptions can be made for national security or public order reasons, according to the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. In those instances, the UN says that the people affected should be given the opportunity to challenge the decision and provide their consent. Displacement should never be carried out in a manner that violates the right to life, dignity, liberty, and security of those affected. So, basically, the UN is saying that, you know what, there's a possibility of this happening, but you guys need to do the right thing and get them to leave willingly and not, terrorize them and let them have dignity, right to life, instead of just massacring and killing them. But obviously, from what we've seen in Israel and now what we're seeing in Donald Trump is that the bloodlust is there. They're just basically going to keep moving it forward, mowing them down, getting rid of them so they can make their big Riviera casino. And I mean, I think it's sad, to be perfectly frank and honest. Like, I don't really even like looking at that shit, to be frank. It just feels totally fucked up and useless. And just to think, Trump is already saying that he's going to take a hard stance on Gaza tomorrow, right? But I can't say what Israel will do. And, the fact that he's going to decidedly take his hard stance on Gaza tomorrow is basically going to set the tone for the rest of the administration, I think, right? He says, I don't know what's going to happen at 12 o'clock in reference to a deadline he put in place earlier this week, saying all hell should come down on Gaza if the remaining hostages aren't released by Saturday at noon. The deadline, issued amid frustration with the conditions of the hostages released last week, would go against the terms of the deal that Hamas and Israel inked last month with Trump's help. Israel has apparently sought to gingerly stick with the existing deal's term without upsetting Trump, sending messages to Hamas through mediators that it is prepared to continue with the deal if the terror group releases 3 hostages on Saturday as stipulated. But yeah, kind of seems like we're going to be seeing some fireworks tomorrow based on how things have gone in the past with all that.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow at 12 o'clock. It was up to me. I'd take a very hard stance. I can't tell you what Israel's going to do. But I watched the last people come out, and I looked at a before and an after picture. One guy was a big, strong, healthy guy. Could say he was a little bit overweight. He's not overweight anymore. He looks like he just came out of the Holocaust. It looks like a Holocaust picture. I've looked at him for a long time, and they've been treated very badly. The young lady came out last week. Her hand was blown off. I mean, literally, her hand was trying to stop a bullet that was headed for her face. She put up her hand. She goes like this and wiped out her fingers and a lot of her hand. Now, I would take a different stance, but it depends. Look, it depends what Bibi's going to do. It depends what Israel's going to do. But and now I understand they've totally changed. Hamas has totally changed. They want to release hostages now again. But you have to see, this started by them saying, we're not going to release the hostages as we said we were. I said, good. You have till 12 o'clock on Saturday, which is tomorrow at 12 o'clock to do it. And we didn't hear anything. Then all of a sudden, 2 days ago, they said, no, we've decided we're going to release the hostages. So, but I actually think they should release all of the hostages. Remember, they're probably as bad as they looked. I mean, I don't like to say that, but they look real bad 4 days ago, 5 days ago when I saw them. And the young ladies that came out were treated really badly. You don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened.
But I do. They were treated really.
He doesn't know what happened. He knows what they probably said happened.
Badly. But as bad as they look, the ones that follow probably will look a lot worse. I think they're sending out their most healthy. And they've been hit hard on that, Hamas. So they probably didn't want to release. But they changed their mind. I said 12 o'clock tomorrow, and all of a sudden, 2 days ago, yesterday, they said they're going back to releasing. But this all started by them saying, we are not going to release any more hostages. And then yesterday, they said they are going to release the hostages. But I think they should release all of the hostages.
I mean, you can't hate the guy for wanting to get them hostages released, but the hard line that he's taking here is really just putting the entirety of the American people in jeopardy because they don't got the support of the Middle Eastern countries that are around them. And I mean, there's just no way that you're going to be able to justify moving forward with it. So, and even more so, the fact that he's like saying that those people look like Holocaust survivors, and he's not even bringing up what the prisoners from the Palestinian prisoners that have been getting released and what they fucking look like. Like, they look 10 times worse, right? And then you're like only mad about this one group of people. So I just don't like where that shit's going, dude. It sounds bad, right? Like, we shouldn't be supporting that shit. Period. End of story, right? And him trying to act like he's going to take some hardline stance that's going to change things over there for people. Nah, man, he's really just kind of showing the Palestinians that he just does not give two fucks about them. And that's going to lose us and him a lot of respect in the national or in the world moving forward. Like, it's not going to change things, and he's not going to be able to strong arm people to that extent. Like, if he thinks he's going to be some kind of god emperor or whatever, I don't know, man. Like, seems kind of fucked up, dude. right? We can criticize other leaders and shit like that, but being one-sided in this particular situation is not the move, and I don't think that it ever was. And the fact that he's just kind of letting it happen, I mean, really does speak a lot to what the future of shit's going to be here in the for everyone. Fire's gonna rain down, and it's gonna be on somebody's hands. It ain't gonna be on mine, that's for sure. You guys remember that Black Hawk helicopter that crashed into a plane that kind of disappeared from the news almost overnight? You know, we were talking about it for like 2-3 days, and then it was gone. Well, now they're saying that the altimeter in the Black Hawk helicopter may have malfunctioned before the mid-air collision that everybody was talking about a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, really, a couple weeks now. January 29th, when an Army Black Hawk helicopter crashed into an American Airlines regional jet trying to land at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. And then both aircraft plunged into the Potomac, killing 67 people on board both aircraft. And now NTSB chairwoman Jennifer Hometti says the collision between the helicopter and the CRJ plane happened at 248 feet above the river. The helicopter was supposed to be no higher than 200 feet. However, Hometti says it's unclear whether the altimeters in the helicopters were showing the proper altitude for the pilots. She says the investigations are seeing conflicting information in the data and are continuing their analysis. Interesting. That's very interesting because I remember looking at the flight information on those online website things that are there, and most of them said that the helicopter was at 400 feet, not 278 feet. So that's just a little interesting tittle bit of information there. It just doesn't make any sense, to be perfectly frank. You know? No makes sense. We still haven't gotten any more information. We just know who the pilots are, really. And we know everything that happened, but now they're saying that the thing was flying at the wrong altitude. But it was 287 feet above the river. Should have been no more than 200 feet. But on all of the flight data maps and shit, it was saying it was like a 400 feet. Yeah. That seems a bit strange to me. I figured I'd bring it up for anybody that thought about bringing it up to me. Yeah, so maybe the altimeter was just set wrong. And that's what caused it. Somebody set the altimeter wrong and they crashed into a plane and they died. And it was really bad for a lot of people. That's the way that I look at it. It's really sad, bro. It's very sad. It's very sad. It's so sad. But that's all right. Let's check in on RFK and see what he's going to be up to now that he's the Director of Health and Human Services. In under 48 hours, Secretary RFK of the HHS has stated that they'll be investigating autism, a vaccine injury reporting system will be created, and the lethal COVID vaccines are no longer mandated for children to attend school by executive order. Wow. Nature is healing, guys. I mean, good things are happening, apparently. Good things are happening. That's right. Like a federal judge just sided with Elon Musk and DOGE, rejecting an effort to block them from accessing government information systems. DOGE now has a green light to fully dig into Elizabeth Warren's CFPB, HHS, and Department of Labor. Expect many more wins from the courts. Oh, shit. Yep. They're going to find all that money, and then they're going to send it to Israel. and you're going to be happy about it. So I hope you're ready for it, bitches. I hope you're ready, because that's what's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. I'm telling you it's going to happen. And honestly, does this sound familiar to you? Because it should sound familiar to you, because the last time something happened like this, it was Bill Clinton.
The people demand and deserve an active government on their side. But they don't want a government that wastes money, a government that costs more and does less. They voted for change. They wanted a literal revolution in the way government operates, and now you and I must deliver. Yesterday, I announced the reorganization of the White House staff that will reduce our staff by 25% and cut costs by $10 million per year. Today, I have called you, the members of the cabinet, together to take the next step, to begin the overhaul of government as a whole. The steps we're taking today will save the American taxpayers $9 billion. They won't be easy, but they will make a difference. We have an obligation and an opportunity to change the way government works.
Right. In his first few weeks, Clinton ordered 100,000 job reduction in the government. Over 8 years, he cut 380,000 federal jobs, which was a 16% increase. By example, Elon Musk was only asking for a 10% decrease, by the way. This was largely driven by the Reinventing Government Initiative, or RIGO, spearheaded by Gore, to streamline operations and reduce bureaucracy. And the result was the deficit was released, and the U.S. ran a budget surplus for the first time in decades. So, yeah. Interesting. Should we be happy that it actually could be done? Yeah, we should. We should. So, what the hell is this little pop-up thing? Ooh, this thing just keeps popping up on me. This thing just keeps popping up on me? What is this going on? This is a sponsorship for Rumble. That one incredibly important to survive for the company. When Rumble started back in 2013, they were built on a platform for small creators, and they didn't censor and have any biases. They were fair and treated creators equally, and no one thought that the platform censored political conversations or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted that they fell for the pressure and for the Biden administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you, and they're attacked in the corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France. They are attacked by brand advertisers who refuse to work for them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech, and Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive if they don't get advertisers, right? So if you're watching this show on Rumble, the most that you can be asked from you is you should subscribe to Rumble Premium if you believe in the fight. One major way that you can help is by spending your money so that you don't see ads, and you get the obvious bonus of helping free speech to stay alive. So join a community that really believes in free speech and doing good things for good people. And you could go use this promo code right here to go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code studio to save a little bit of money, which would be $10 off if you purchase an annual subscription, because obviously you guys like free speech and you guys like freedom and stuff like that. So you should definitely at least go give it a little bit of a check out. I subscribe to Rumble Premium, and I think that you should too, because, it's about free speech. I've gotten banned from YouTube enough times to know that, you know what? For all the bad things that YouTube said that we did, Rumble still allowed us to exist and be cool. So we got to say hey. And I'm happy to everybody that's watching us over there on Rumble, even though you guys don't be chatting a lot. Y'all need to learn how to chat a little bit. It just means the world to us, though, that you actually come out and watch us. Thank you. Yay! Look at that. These Rumble things have these little like adverts that just keep popping up on your shit. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, dude. Now we're talking about trillions today, not billions or trillions. Yeah, we're talking about trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars is being taken from you almost on a daily basis. And they're saving us, right? Well, that's exactly what they're trying to say, what they're saying. They're saving us. I mean, are they really saving us? It sounds like they're saving us. I hope they're fucking saving us, but it's been going on for a long time, friends. Like, it ain't something new. It ain't something there. It's ridiculous, bro. Think about this.
This is a bunch of old fucks like Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer and Hillary Clinton who have been fleecing the country for 70 years. This is where all the money that they sent over to Ukraine went. They kept sending more and more and more and more and more and more and more because they understood that Trump was going to win and the House was going to be clean and they were going to lose their unlimited resources of money. The spigot was being turned off, and so they kept sending it. They knew what was going to happen, and this is why they did it. And they ran our economy into the ground intentionally. These people are traitors, and they should all be dealt with as traitors, period. Every single person that stole or embezzled or took any tax dollars and it ended up in their personal account, those people should all be in fucking jail. All of them. All of them.
Do you agree? Because I kind of agree. They should all be in jail. They should all be in jail. They should have all been in jail, you know? But you got to think that it goes so deep, right? We've been occupied, bro. We are occupied, right? Like, there's no question about it. You just got to see. And look, just see this shit.
Congressman, my name's Frankie Stocks. I'm a reporter with the Stu Peters Network. I would just love to ask you a quick question. I'm trying to ask every representative I can.
Go for it, Frank.
That is, do you care more about the American people or Israel as a member of Congress?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive, Frankie.
Can you elaborate?
They're our best ally.
Are they? Who do you care about more, the United States or Israel? United States or Israel, sir? No answer? Should we put you down for Israel? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? It's an easy one. American people or Israel? You don't got to fake a phone call. American people or Israel? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? The American people or Israel, sir? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? No answer?
I think that Israel is one of our strongest allies in a part of the world where people are trying to harm us, and I think they need our support.
So should the U.S. continue funding Israel? Despite their links to the 9/11 or their attack on the USS Liberty? Who do you care about more, the United States or Israel?
You know what? That's kind of an odd question to ask.
Well, it's a question the American people have been asking a lot because they're starting to wake up to how much AIPAC money is flowing into the coffers of Congress.
Well, if you watch what I've done over the years since I've been here, the question about do we have strong support for Israel, I think it would be hard to find somebody who's more positive about it than I have. So I'm amazed sometimes at where the American people are, how they think. It's like, this is so against everything I've ever lived here. People who raised me are accepted. So.
Well, we have American citizens who are about to freeze to death in Western North Carolina.
Yeah,
we're sending millions to Israel.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, no, that's not a comparison.
Well, it is a comparison because the money's going out. It's all coming from the same people. It's coming from the taxpayers, sir. Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? American people or Israel, sir? Sir, they're equal, or are you?
I mean, you guys are calling them fucking NPC. C's and all kinds of shit in the chat, right? But literally, they can't answer the question, right? Who do they care about more, the United States or Israel? Their government representatives that were elected to represent their constituents in the United States. And they can either only answer nothing, that Israel is their greatest ally, or that's it. There's really no other answers or questions from it. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. And I mean, why is it wrong to question this, right? When we have very clear evidence that people are investing heavily into getting these people elected, and then these people are basically elected, or they're basically selecting the stuff that they're voting on based upon the money that they're receiving from these people on these shady, underhanded deals. So, oh, well, you know what? You support us, we're going to give you money. You vote the way that you want. And it's just hundreds of them, dude.
Serving Israel, you're serving America.
I stand with Israel.
Hundreds.
Okay, so can you answer the original question? Who do you care about more, U.S. or Israel?
There's no variance. It's like you're asking, you know, do you love your wife more than your daughter?
Well,
and you said it's a simple question.
It is.
Wife or daughter?
I love the United States more than I love Israel. It's a very simple question.
Great love, and you as a human being, you express that love, and you have core principles that drive you to your love for your wife and your love for your daughter. It's two different loves, but neither of them is greater than the other. You understand?
Who's the priority when you're casting a vote in Congress, America or Israel? Well, it's a very simple question. You're not answering it, Representative. Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? American people or Israel, sir? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? No answer? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel? American people or Israel, sir? Who do you care about more, the American people or Israel?
That shit is brutal because it goes on for 6 minutes and they can't really find anybody that just outright says that, yeah, we care more about the United States. Like, shouldn't that be a requirement when you're elected? I thought that should be a requirement for that sort of thing, but it's not. And I'm supposed to just believe that that's the way that these things are going? Yeah, I don't know. Seems sus. Seems a little sus. Doesn't seem right. Right? Yeah. I don't know. You guys remember Letitia James? I hear that she's been out there talking some bullshit or whatever because she's pissed off again. She's furious after Trump halted payments to New York. She went from attacking him to getting hit by his own DOJ.
Payments to the state of New York and to states all across this nation. It is unacceptable, unconstitutional, ultra-vires. They have exceeded their authority. And so it's important that attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law, because Elon Musk, individuals at the Treasury, and the President of these United States is not above the law. And we will continue. You know, as attorneys general, we've been preparing for this. This is not the outcome that we wanted. Payments to the state of New York and to states.
Yeah, it sounds like she's a little mad that she lost her money from Trump. I mean, what did New York expect? They're not going to take away the illegal immigrants. They're going to be sanctuary cities. They're going to have all of this lawfare bullshit move forward. And they still think that they're going to get federal tax dollars from a Trump administration. I mean, like, dog, are you serious? Is that real? Is that really happening? Yeah. I mean, it's such a joke. the stuff that we're having to deal with as the American people. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, if you go look at the DOGE thing, look at this. Federal loan for FAFSA 2025 to 26. What is a student's sex, male or female? But a couple hours ago, male, female, or non-binary, right? Question used for research purposes. It does not affect student age eligibility. Yeah, they solved that little problem in a little less than 9 hours. Although whoever took the screenshot and posted this on DOGE, can you fucking please clean your goddamn computer screen? Because I know that you took a picture of this with your cell phone, because I can see all of the nasty little bits all over your shit. And I know that you guys out there on the internet can see them too. Like, what the fuck, bro? Ugh, motherfucker. Kid, get a fucking wipey or something. Ugh. Roses are red, violets are blue. Today, Dodge Intent Agency made 586 wasteful contracts bid adieu. With the ceiling value of $2.1 billion and $445 million in savings secured, a perfect Valentine's gift for all taxpayers, a well-earned and deserved. Today's batch includes $8.2 million in a USDA contract, which is U.S. Department of Agriculture contract for environmental compliance services for the implementation of pilot projects developed under the Partnership for Climate Smart Commodities. What the fuck is that even? Like, what? I mean, I've done work for the USDA before, right? Like, installing like networking equipment at fucking the Forest Service, because the Forest Service is under the USDA or whatever. I mean, dude, that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money for a very, very vague sounding title that I don't even understand what that even means. Like, think about this shit. In the last 48 hours, the Department of Education terminated 70 DEI training grants totaling $373 million. One trained teachers to engage in ongoing learning and self-reflection to confront their own biases and racism and develop asset-based anti-racist mindsets. Because racism. You joking, dude? What is this? This letter was sent to the Department of Education in all 50 states, notifying them that they have 14 days to remove all DI programming at all public schools. Institutions which fail to comply may lose federal funding. Damn, son. They're not joking around, bro. They're really, really gutting that shit out from every little thing. They're cutting all the funding on every little bit. I mean, in partnership with DOGE, I just canceled 9 more wasteful EPA DEI environmental justice contracts. I'm saying American taxpayers another $60 million. I'm just warming up. I got zero tolerance for even a penny of you hard-earned taxpayer dollars being wasted or abused. $1.9 billion of HUD money was just recovered after being misplaced during the Biden administration due to a broken process. The funds were earmarked for the administration of financial services, but were no longer needed. Secretary Turner and DOGE worked together to fix the issue and de-obligated the funds, which are now available for use by the United States Treasury. Wow, $1.9 billion just sitting in an account connected to HUD. Wow, that's just crazy. Down with education. Down with the environment. We're slashing it all. Wow, dude. 167 cancellations for saving $115 million, including $2.23 billion contracts for health and human services for equity assessments of existing policies. Oh my god, dude. What is this shit? Wait, hold up. We're gonna have to watch that video. but I gotta put it on the screen in order to hear it.
Whiteness refers to race privilege, a way of seeing the world and a set of cultural practices that are usually unmarked and unnamed. Whiteness is often unrecognized, particularly by people who identify as white, but pervasive in American society and a barrier to inclusion and equity. This Equilearn virtual roundtable, facilitated by Equity Fellow Dr. Sharon Rad, offers a space to examine one's personal, local, and immediate connections to whiteness and privilege, and consider how to identify and disrupt rather than perpetuate them. Today's virtual
Yeah, I'm super glad that we're not spending taxpayer funds on that anymore. Holy shit. What? The Department of Education terminated grants to 4 equity assistance centers totaling $33 million. One provided professional learning around critical race theory and racial literacy. Dude, you let them in the government and they just look for ways to steal money from it for fuck and make you like, it's so retarded, dude. Like, this shit is so retarded, bro. You're lying, bro. But no, we're not lying. That's fucking real, bro. That's like money that is getting spent by our people to do shit all across the world. And it's not like the Democrats didn't do this before. I mean, dude, Bill Clinton did that shit. Clinton did everything that fucking Donald Trump is doing right now. Right? Maybe not at the same way, but he had the same goal, right? And they were all for it. And now he's doing it again, and they're pissed, dude. Because they're fighting money everywhere. Billions here, billions there. And it's just like, dude, it's an audit. Like, how can you not get audited? You're the United States government. And if you can't answer to the people of the United States about all of your spending and everything, and you can't take the fact that people are going to talk shit about you, maybe you shouldn't be working in the damn government. That's what I'm thinking, right? Maybe you shouldn't be in government, right? Maybe you should think about trying some other shit, right? Maybe you should go do some other shit, okay? That's what I would have to tell people in that particular area, because people are literally just not even like the rut, the fact that is in the U.S. government is so big, right? Like every time everybody always looks at that U.S. debt clock, right? I think the U.S. debt clock is probably, you go look at it, and it's like national debt is $36 trillion. You don't get to a national debt $36 trillion by having good money spending tactics, okay? Like, that just means that there's shit such missing. But if you look at the DOGE clock right here, right? Department of Government Efficiency, real-time savings objective for reducing government waste, and it says 96 bill, or is that trillion? Yeah, it says 96 trillion, right? Yeah, that's 96 billion. So we haven't even gotten to we're close to the trillion, baby. We're getting close. Still pretty far away, right? But saving money and fixing all of this shit is to the utmost importance, I think, right? It's crazy, son. I don't know how we ever let it get this bad, but once they audit the Fed and everything else, I think things are really going to start hitting the fucking fan in a big way, because obviously the Federal Reserve's got to be super fucked right now in like how they've been handling things over the years. And I mean, they don't think that they answer to the American people, even though they're handling the American people's money. And I think it's time. It's high time that we got them in for a rude awakening in that situation. You feel me, dog? Yeah, I feel me. She. Oh, well. Well, I guess, you know, what else? We're pretty much done for the day. So thanks to everybody coming out here, joining us for the show, hanging out, Friday night danger zone, just slapping the cheeks, flapping the bitches, doing whatever. and enjoying ourselves. We want to make sure that you guys hit the like button, subscribe, follow, share this with your friends or whatever, you know. If you want to, if you ain't going to do it, then you know what? All right, then, fuck you too. Whatever. Don't care. Although I'd have to say, you guys, that's pretty much it. Damn. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye now. Enjoy your Friday night. Don't get too drunk and shit. Or whatever. Much love. Bye-bye now. See you later. Bye.